Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? I am so excited to share the newest devlog that Witchbrook has posted on Steam. So if you follow them on Steam, you may have gotten a notification, but I did follow them, but I didn't. But still, I wanted to share everything that they mentioned on this devlog because it gives a little bit more insight on how the development worked and what exactly we should expect from the game. And it's not super long, there is still many questions to be answered, but this already gives a lot more context for the gameplay, and I thought it was super exciting, and I'm really happy to be able to share this today. If you want to know more, if you have watched the trailers, I actually did 2 videos on Witchbrook already. I made one analysis, like frame by frame, and I even copy and pasted all of the frames together to make almost like a map of the game. So I will share this map at the end of this video as well, just because it got updated since then. But I also did another full in-depth review of like all of the possible game features and spells by finding like secret hidden trailers in other languages, and you know, I just pieced a lot of information together. So if you want to know more about Witchbrook, then I really recommend you check my 2 other videos because they have a lot of information in there. But today, I'm only going to go over the devlog and my map that I put together. So for the devlog, they do mention that they share all these things on Discord, so it's really recommended that you join the Chucklefish Discord, the official one, for more information as well if you want to be kept up to date. And moving on, the first topic is a Cauldron of Complexity, where they go on about how they want to make the world feel alive. They spent considerable amount of time making sure that the town of Mossport is a living, breathing, believable place. The passing of the seasons changes the city in many ways. Not only are different resources and jobs available at different times of the day, but the city itself adapts. So people will dress differently, as we will see in the video in a second. They can wear scarves in winter or, for example, umbrellas in the rain. Schedules will change as well, depending on the different weather conditions, and the town gets redecorated to reflect the seasons. So I'll play the video now for you to see how the characters will react because of the rain. So it's raining at the moment here. Let me increase the quality. It's gonna be raining, and you can already see some characters are holding the umbrellas, but notice how the character that is inside the restaurant will react when it leaves the restaurant. It's so cute. The attention to detail is insane. So the character is there, leaving the restaurant, having a look around, and the moment it notices that it's raining, it picks up an umbrella. I thought that was so cool, honestly. And they also show that it's not only characters and schedules and whatnot, there is also changes in the appearance of the town itself, like on nature. So for example, you will see the town gradually filling up with flowers as the spring progresses. So every couple days, the flowers will grow a little bit more. This is so sweet, culminating in the Tulip Festival in the 3rd week of spring. So I'll play again the video and you'll see the flowers, like especially here and here is very notable as well. They will every few days grow a little bit more until they reach the final kind of stage of spring in the 3rd week. It's been a few days, and then a few days more, and then finally the last stages of spring. This is so cool, and also it's so pretty. Let me pause here before we move on. Look at the variety of the flowers as well, like not just the flower shapes, like flower types, but also the colors. We have purple, yellow, pink, blue, lighter blue, and then we have tulips of all the colors, and it's just so much attention to detail. I love these are so pretty. And then along with the changing seasons, a smooth day-night cycle transitions Witchbrook from morning to afternoon and then to evening and to night. So they have a cool video here where it's sped up the entire day. So we can see not only the changes in lightning, like it getting a little bit more sunset-ish in the night, but we can also see the different NPCs in the world changing their schedule and doing different things, and it's so cool to see. So I'll play this video as well now. So as you can see, like someone sat on the bench there and is talking to someone else, and that's so cool. And then the light changes quite drastically. We can see the clouds passing by. The nighttime is super cozy. Oops. The nighttime is super cozy. As you can see, I love the yellow lights on the lanterns, but I also love the fact that we have so many different unique NPCs walking everywhere, going on about with their days. And that's what they're gonna talk about next. They say that Mosport and Witchbrook College are home to the cast of major characters, Coven members, professors, shopkeepers, and more that we'll get to know, and some of them also date and romance. The world is persistent, which means every citizen has their own look, name, and home. They're not just background characters, they are part of the world. This is actually quite insane. They are grouped by archetypes, which dictate how they dress and what activities they're interested in. So we can pay attention to the NPCs and try to identify the students, tourists, affluent residents. You know, we can try to guess who is who, you know? We'll be able to meet them and assist them with their requests, or we can just follow them around to see what they get up to. You will encounter a wild variety of wildlife, from small critters and birds to larger persistent animals. In this video, you will see that there is some like odd names and numbers on the characters. This is not going to be on the game, okay? Like when us players play the game, we're not gonna see this text. This is only dev side. I don't know if they intended us to see that, but this is only for their control of each NPC. I guess it's almost a way for them to prove to us that they are indeed individual characters, but we are not gonna see these texts, so don't be scared to see that. Let me play the video as well. So you can see all of the NPCs have their lives, they have their cars, the cars are turned on, and then they walk about and we can follow them, and they are not just gonna teleport magically to different places like out of nowhere like most games do. And what I thought was really cool that I wanted to point out here is this. This is the first glimpse of the beach area that we haven't seen yet. Mosport is an ocean town, it's a seaside town, very similar to like Kiki Delivery Service City, right? And so far in all of the trailers and all of the map that I'll piece together that I'll share in a second, you will see that we don't have any view of the oceanfront side yet. This is the first little bit of sand that we see, and it already looks quite cute. So I'm very excited to see more, and I can't even imagine like how much more of the map we haven't seen yet, because I think we are also missing some foresty areas as well. So yeah. And as they go on with this devlog, they say the characters' daily routines allow them to get up to all sorts of activities around the city and will change based on weather, season, or special events. Okay, we know that, but all of this is fully simulated even when they are far away from the player. So essentially what they are doing is they are loading the chunk of the map where we are placed in, but they are still loading all of the other chunks as well, just like the minimum necessary to make the game work. They do make a video here about this. I will play it for you as well, but essentially what they mean is that every single chunk away from the player is going to be in low fidelity. When we see like the chunk here, it's actually like a large bit of the map. It's almost like we have the big map overlaid on top of the screen here. It might be a little bit hard to understand. I don't know how to properly explain that, but essentially like the map is huge. It's interesting because we can see the names of the different sections of the map as well. Like you can see here, there is a ferry area of the map, there are the docks edge, there is the harbor south. We are currently probably on the town gardening or town docklands. So these are the chunks of the map that are being loaded, but we have like lots and lots of areas like posh area, the high street north, and the homes, Hamlet Homes, I think is the name. So quite interesting that they shared this with us. There is even more to analyze here, but I'll play the video first so you will kind of like have an idea of what they mean. So as you can see, there are some cars loading. There are written in yellow text, and even if you can't see the cars are going somewhere and coming from somewhere. It's really interesting. This video in particular for me, like as someone who's interested in game development, is really curious, really cool. I just need to analyze all of the chunk names now to make even more sense of my map. And they share this one, and then they go on to talk about the pedestrians. So They also say that we have a full traffic simulation in Mosport. I thought this was so funny. The cars drive on the roads while respecting British road rules, signal with their indicators, and even wait for pedestrians to cross, helping to sell the feeling of being truly immersed in a big city. If you block the traffic, a small traffic jam might start developing. And the motorists will be sure to let you know of their displeasure by honking at you. That's so cute. Definitely adorable. Cannot wait to do that. I'll be jamming every single traffic I can on purpose. And we can watch the video now about also the character kind of like picking up the bus and more about the bus service. I also love the bookshop, you know, very cute. But yeah, this is the bus coming over. And you can continue to see the cars moving around, and then the player hops on the bus. So I guess we have this little cutscene, and the bus walks around like the farmlands now. Yeah. I haven't even seen this area. Kind of like a residential area, maybe near our cottage where we live. Really, really cool. Yeah, this video is really cool because it kind of like goes over different areas, you know? So not only we can see the bus, but we can also see the background changes as well. Like here is making a little curve at the end of the town, and then here is like near the farmlands, and then here is near kind of like a residential area with these brick walls and stuff, and then we have like a dirt path, which I guess is near the forest and our cottage, but I may be wrong. I can't really pinpoint where this area is exactly, but it's really cool that we'll be able to see the little cutscenes with the bus as we walk around the town. And then the devlog with a little bit of the characters. So they say, meet Hannah. Hannah is this beautiful little lady with pink hair. We've seen her pixel art and we have seen her portrait art as well. She is one of the dateable characters. She is a Peppy Coven mate. Her name is Hannah Sato. And she has the signature pink ponytail. She appeared on the trailer, on the Oracle, and she is, I think she works on the clothing store, and she does part-time job at the Calico, the clothing store, exactly. And she has a very positive attitude towards every situation. We can foster friendship or date her. And they said that they will be gradually introducing us to more of the Witchbrook cast of dateable characters as we work towards the game release. We know that you are all dying to know how dating exactly works, but that's the topic for another day. Unfortunately, they're not gonna talk about romance today, but we should definitely keep our eyes wide open to these Steam page devlogs of sorts. Now, the last thing that I wanted to show you is the map that I pieced together, and I have to thank so many people on the official Chucklefish Discord and on the Reddit for helping me connect even more these pieces. Do not mind that it's a little bit disorganized right now. It's because I wasn't planning to share this anytime soon again, but because they posted the devlog, I thought it would be cool to show a little bit of what the map will look like since I had all the effort to piece all of this together. I'll start with the farm. So I think the farm is at the bottom. This is already kind of like in the order that I think the map is going to be. We can see the farm at the bottom, and we have here the area for the Tulip Festival. As you can see, it connects. So you're gonna find some weird screenshots and weird cuts. This is because I was just a little bit insane and I screenshotted every single frame of every single trailer and TikTok video that they released. And then I pasted them together to try to make off the map. I'm unemployed and I have a lot of time. Anyways, and then here is the farm, and then we've got the tulip farm as well with these windmill. And here we have behind the windmill, and we can even see a little bit of a bus that was going over there that we just saw on the devlog as well. And as you cross the little patch of grass, you can see there is a river separating the farm from the residential area. We have like a number 5 here, number 6 there. And as we progress, I don't know exactly how these two pieces of street connect with the rest of the residential area, but I imagine it's all around the same area. And what's really interesting here that Dessa from my Discord has noticed, thank you so much Dessa by the way, is that every single house is numbered with different numbers depending on the street that they are in. And this is curious because we're gonna have the delivery minigame, and as we've seen, they actually name the NPC and name the address. So it really goes back to what they just shared on the devlog, where each NPC is their own character. They have individual names, individual addresses, and all of that. And we'll be delivering stuff to them and checking where they live. It's gonna be really fun to kind of like look at the daily schedule of each NPC if we want to. And then we've got, from this residential area, we're gonna connect to the main park. And you can already see a sneak peek of the autumn season here. And then it connects to this main area with the fountain, which is right in front of the big clock. So we have this area as well, and this area will connect with the first shops, with the first kind of like main street. And then we have the Dobros, we have this coffee shop, we have this fancy restaurant as well. Here from the main streets, I don't know exactly how they're gonna connect with everything else, as you can see here, but we have the other main streets, which I think are parallel to the ones below. Then we have tons of screenshots of this area here. We have lots of shops. We have the bubble tea. We have Fortunes Untold. We have French culture. We have the kind of like this intersection between the streets, and then looks like other shops, but I'm not entirely sure what these shops are. And eventually they will lead up to the wildflower, which has been featured in tons of the trailers. From the wildflowers, I think we have a main street that goes towards the fish and chips and overall the beach and docks area that we just saw in the devlog as well. From the Witchbrook College, so the place that we study as wizards, we have the potions classroom a little bit, and then we have the cottage that we live in. We also have the observatory. I don't know where these connect, but everything else in the Witchbrook College is pretty much connected. And I have really cool things to talk about the Witchbrook College. First is this entrance. The entrance is really pretty. We have a little sneak peek of the UI there with some spells, which I've talked about on my other video. And then from this entrance, we can see a big lake, very beautiful Ghibli-esque style buildings here. It all connects through like a little park and river areas to the main kind of like rooms of the school. We have a little bit of a further residential area below that will connect with another entrance with more classrooms, arcane art classrooms, and then another entrance for the library. And the library has all of the kind of like different disciplines that we've talked about as well in other videos. Moving on to the last thing that I wanted to show you guys, there is so much here on the map. I'll definitely share it on Discord again. What I really wanted to show in this video is that the map is already massive, as you can tell, and it's super detailed. You know, attention to detail is crazy. It feels very lived in, but it actually also has multiple floors, which was mind-boggling to me to find out. So as you can see here, you are on the first floor. You can walk straight down here and you can go downstairs and you find this big entrance, but you can actually enter here as well underneath this balcony, and you will enter a first like a lower floor with a little almost like a common room or a little like cozy space to study. Like this is underneath. I only noticed that because of this archway. As you can see, this archway connects here and connects there as well. So there is actually multiple floors in the Witchbrook College and probably on the city as well, because if we go back here, we can see a little dungeon door underneath the bridge there. So I can't wait to see how expansive and massive this map is, and especially knowing now how much care and attention to detail went to making and crafting this world for us to play in. I think it's gonna be really, really fun, immersive, and exciting. And yeah, I am extremely hyped. I was not expecting to see any news about Witchbrook anytime soon, so very, very excited. Please let me know what you're looking forward the most, if these news have excited you. And of course, we are all waiting for more, information about the dateable characters. But I think for today, that was already quite exciting. Thank you so much for watching and see you on the next one.
Ryan Little.